What's going on, guys? Lance here. You got Alex next to me and Kevin, and this is the Freshest Me official podcast. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty well. You know, we haven't done this in a while, so it's definitely good to be doing this again.
Yeah, recording 2 times 1 week. We had the sports edition 2 days ago, and now the regular podcast.
Yeah, it's it's all starting to come together, which feels pretty good. And so it's the summer. Shark Week just ended. A lot of people traveling, stuff like that. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I actually just came back from a little vacation. Me and my girlfriend went to Florida, Orlando for 3 days, and it was a lot better than New York. I'll tell you that much. It was good just to get away. Went to Universal. I love that place. If that's one thing, if anyone's ever going down to Florida, definitely check out Universal. That place is really awesome, especially if you like Harry Potter. They have that little world over there that was cool. Simpsons, Marvel, all that stuff.
Don't they have like a Cosby ride out there?
Yeah, so what happens is they hand you a drink right before you go on the ride, right? And they make you finish it before the ride starts. And then once the ride's over, you don't remember what the fuck just happened.
There's no ride in it. You just wake up in like a dungeon.
Yeah, you wake up on the side of the road and you're like, oh crap, that fucking Bill Cosby ride.
Like, oh, why do I feel 10 pounds lighter? Oh, it's because my kidney is missing.
The beep bop, finish your drink now, pudding.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was down there a couple of years ago. Didn't they take the Jaws ride away?
Yeah, they took the Jaws ride away. I don't know what they replaced it with, but they took the Jaws ride. They're making a Fast and Furious ride, which I like.
Oh God!
It's not. See, the place is cool because if you don't like roller coasters, then it's fine because it's mostly 3D rides where you sit at a little pod. You wear 3D glasses. Some of them you don't have to, and then they have a screen, so you really feel like you're in whatever's going on, and it's a little pricey. I think we paid about $200 a day so we can get the Flash Pass, but it's definitely worth it though.
Yeah, did you go on that rock and roll roller coaster?
No,
Or were you too tall to ride it?
No, I don't. See, I didn't know what that was, so I was in the Dr. Seuss world riding that little train that goes around the park with my girlfriend, and I looked up, I was like, what in the hell is that? Because it's at a 90-degree angle where you just go straight up, and it's there's no way I would be able to sit back like that and go, because it's really tall, it's really high up.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest roller coaster in that park.
Yeah, I think so too. It's that, and then the Incredible Hulk ride, which is really cool. So what it is, you know how normal roller coasters are, where it's you sit down and you slowly go up. Well, it's not like that. You go up a little bit, and you hear Hulk smash, and you go flying out. I went on it the last time I was there. I didn't get a chance to ride it this time because my girlfriend really didn't want to ride it, but it's still a hell of a ride. It's really cool.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a pretty good ride. I know the rock and roll one's pretty funny because they have this big sign plastered in the front of the thing where it's oh, if you're over, I think it's 6'8" or 7 foot or whatever, you can't ride it because there's a part where it goes straight up. Mm-hmm. And there's actually bars when you go up and you behind you there's a bar that's just there.
Yeah, so
if you're too tall you get decapitated.
Yeah, so you come back without a head and everyone's excited to go on the ride and see blood gushing everywhere and you're just don't go on it,
rename it the Mortal Kombat Fatality.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you guys. I know you traveled a decent amount. I imagine you did too. What's the worst travel experience you've had?
The worst travel I traveled a decent amount, nothing crazy. I probably feel the worst experience I had traveling was just getting stuck at the airports, man. It was brutal. So when I was coming back from Las Vegas, I get on the plane. We're about to take off, and then there's a stall, and then the people they make an announcement. The pilot's oh, there's something wrong with the landing gear. We'll get it fixed right away. 2 hours later, I was still on the plane. They're okay, we can't fix it. Everyone off the plane. So then I was stuck in the airport for 3 hours. I was trying to find a smoking section so bad because I just wanted a cigarette. And I'm you know what? I feel like I've gone long enough, and I just made the plane. So we got to Detroit. Missed my flight to New York by 5 minutes. They closed the gate, and I was stuck in Detroit for 6 hours. Detroit. You know how shitty Detroit is? Even their airports are fucking shit. You know, you always see, like, people don't realize, like, how bad Detroit is. I'm not saying all of it's bad, but, like, you see all, like, these abandoned houses and shit, and that's how the airport is, too. It's abandoned coffee shops, abandoned it's like, you know, they don't even check the tickets. If you want to fly somewhere, they're like, dude, get the hell out of Detroit right now. It's like, go ahead. Anywhere it's better than here.
They'll let you lay in with all the luggage just to get out of there.
Hey, if you need that spot, they'll give you that spot, so...
Yeah. Like, I imagine, like, the airport being in, like, a Walmart shopping, like, a parking lot.
I think it was a Caldor, if they even still have those around. So I think
Wait, a what?
A Caldor. Remember a Caldor?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, so Caldor is like, you know, it was like a Kmart, Walmart type of store. There were, like, a lot of them in, like, the 90s, but they all started closed down. There was actually one on Main Street. It was a Caldor on Main Street.
Actually, now that I think I saw one of those out in Long Island, like, deep in Long Island, but it was, like... It was there, but it was closed, and it was just it was like these two old guys just sitting out front, like just playing cards and rolling dice, like out front. Like
yeah.
It was like they had nothing better to do with their day. They're just waiting for the lease to run up, so they're just
Can you just imagine? Hey, what are you doing today? Cards by Caldor? Sure, right over.
Just three old men playing CeeLo in front of a cow door.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I think the Detroit airport was actually in a Caldor.
Yeah, I mean. I don't know. They definitely most of them. I think
I think they all went out of business. I feel like the most '90s places right now is probably Caldor, definitely Blockbuster. There's only like 5 of them open still.
I'd say actually Dairy Queen's still pretty big, right?
Dairy Queen's very popular, yeah, just not as much in New York.
Yeah, I was about to say there's only I can only think of maybe like one that's here.
No, it's like New York doesn't have like a lot of stuff. Like we don't have Wawas, we don't have many Dairy Queens. I think we have like 2 Sonics, 1 Chick-fil-A. What's that burger place? In-N-Out Burger. We don't have
one. We're actually getting one soon. Yeah, we just got one. Didn't they? Or I don't know if they put it up, but I think they're going to put it up in like Elmhurst or something like that.
So
yeah, I think it's somewhere by Queen Center. They're going to be doing
In-N-Out Burger, by the way, very, very overrated. I mean, it's really cheap. I got a burger, fries, and a drink for like $5, which is not that bad because it's decent size. But it's I didn't buy into the hype. I went in there like really excited because everyone's like, oh, if you ever go on the West Coast, do In-N-Out Burger, do it. So I did it. Me and when I was in Vegas, we were trying to walk there because it said it was only like a half mile away. So me and my friend Kenny were like, okay, let's just walk there. And we get to the spot where they didn't tell you that there was a freaking like overpass you couldn't walk through. So instead, we would have to walk 10 miles around to get there. So we just said screw it and took the cab. It was like literally, it was like a 2-minute cab ride because we had to go over like the overpass.
Oh, but, wow.
I was really hungover and I was really excited to try it just to like fix my hangover, but nothing.
I didn't cure it at all?
Hell no. It was worse, actually. It was worse because I was so disappointed from the food. So not only was I hungover, but I was actually disappointed. Let me
ask you this. If you're hungover and you see an In-N-Out Burger and a McDonald's, which one do you walk into?
Hit my head against the McDonald's just to, like, make my thoughts not really clear and then spend less money at the In-N-Out Burger.
It's really that cheap?
Yeah, it's cheap. It's not bad. It's like... You know, you get a decent sized fries. You get the burger's pretty big. The burger was good, all right.
Yeah, but is it like the dollar menu? That's what I'm saying.
No, it's like a Five Guys burger, but a little thicker.
But I'm saying price wise though, is it like McDonald's or is it?
Oh yeah, you can probably get a burger for like $2, and then the fries are like $1.50, and then the drink's like $1. It wasn't
bad. Not that bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It's just like but the one thing about that place is, you know, I was only there once, so I really can't speak for all of them. But there's a lot of homeless people, man. But that was just Vegas itself. Vegas and LA, man, I don't know. New York has our own homeless problem. Don't get me wrong. In the city, they're like every other block. But there's fucking gangs of them, man. Where it's like you got one guy working this corner, one guy, and there's like a pimp. That's like the head homeless guy where he has the most money. So, yeah, he goes around making sure people collect.
Probably has like a tinfoil crown.
Yeah. So, yeah, tinfoil for grills. Yeah, you know, definitely, yeah. So, In-N-Out Burger. I mean, it is what it is. Try it. I never had Chick-fil-A, though. Have you guys had Chick-fil-A?
No, honestly, the one time I had an opportunity to get it, it was like around that time when he made, what was it, like those homophobic comments, like the owner or whatever.
Oh, so there was like a giant...
Like, nobody wanted to eat there. And, like, my aunt, she, you know, heard about it, and she was, like, deterred from eating there. So, I didn't care either way. I mean...
See, I like, that kind of stuff, it really depends on what you say. But if I'm hungry enough... Like that kind of stuff doesn't matter to me. You can kick my dog, and if I'm hungry enough, I'll be like, okay, forget about it. Just eat anyway.
How about you, Alex? You ever had Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out Burger?
I haven't had either, but if I have to, I'll have to put a stance on this, which is weird. I hate eating fried chicken, which is like a sin to most people. Also, like I hate KFC. I hate which one's the other one?
What, Popeyes?
Yeah,
What?
Popeyes. Yeah, exactly. I get that comment all the time.
They're okay. I mean, KFC, they kind of just got weird. They
KFC has good biscuits and mashed potatoes. Popeye has good chicken, man. That shit's really like crispy and tender.
You ever notice that KFC doesn't actually they say KFC, but they never mention the word chicken in their name anymore?
No. They don't say that anymore. That's what they got rid of it. Remember that shit growing up where they were like, it was like mutated chickens?
Yeah, it was like chickens that didn't have feathers and they had like 3 heads and like 2 arms.
Yeah, so I think that's why they stopped calling it chicken. I hope it's chicken because I've had it a lot. Either way, it's pretty good. So it could be pigeon or rat. It's fine with me.
Yeah, Alex, you're about to say something, weren't you?
No, I was about to say, the only fried chicken I usually eat is from these Korean restaurants, which is weird, right?
Yeah.
But it's actually the most delicious fried chicken I've ever tried. They honestly, it's a 30-minute wait just to get it, but it's worth it.
Probably like a different batter, right?
What place is this?
Oh, there's a whole bunch of places. There's one on Bell. There's one on Northern.
Korean fried chicken.
Oh, is it that Asian fusion place?
Well, there's on Bell. We're not.
We're not sponsored to be mentioning these people.
Yeah, but,
especially In-N-Out Burger, McDonald's.
Yeah, some royalties.
Imagine we get like a gift card, like a $10 gift card from them. Thank you for the advertisements for the
I hope
sponsorships.
McDonald's, at least like their official YouTube page, checks this one out. They're like,
That'd be pretty
okay. Even though I did say I'll bash my head against the place instead of eating there. Which McDonald's is good. Alright, they deliver now, so.
Slowly digging yourself out of that hole.
Yeah, they deliver dude, 20 chicken nuggets for $5. You can't go wrong. And you get 4 sauces.
You know the crazy thing? The Olympic deal that they have?
Oh, yeah. What was that, man?
I remember because I ordered it like
Holy
5 times
crap,
with like a group of people. So, 2 Big Macs, a 20-piece nugget, 2 large fries, and 2 large drinks. That's the family meal.
How much is that?
And it was, I believe, about $30.
Shit, that's pretty good.
That's not bad at all. That sounds like a feast.
Yeah. They had a thing where I believe it was like 50 chicken nuggets for like $10 too.
I remember that, because that was back when they had 20 and it was like a week later, like, oh, you know what? We'll throw in another 30 for the same price.
See, one of the things though about the McDonald's chicken nuggets is that before they started making the 20-piece $5, is that you could have just got 5 4-pieces and it would have came out to $5 anyway.
Yeah.
Well, another place that's actually giving a lot of chicken nuggets is Wendy's.
What's their deal?
They're giving like 50 nuggets for $5.
No.
It makes you wonder, like, what's the quality of their chicken nuggets?
It's good. Yeah. But shit, that's a lot.
It's like half chicken, half like soy, half clay.
I think it's just whatever's left of the chicken, and then it's just like they
just throw some breadcrumbs on it and fry it up.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe a little
if anything,
cement.
Can we just talk about like just because we're throwing random additives into meat, like Taco Bell, like they've actually seen like sawdust or like wood in their meat. That's the quality that they're giving. Well, what you're supposed to expect is just paying 50 cents for it.
That authentic ground beef.
Well, you wonder why you're producing chocolate after eating there.
Oof. Mud butt, man.
Like, it's deadly. But, did you hear about that thing with Chipotle? I forgot where it was, but supposedly they had, this one store that, like, somebody ate there and they got really sick. Like, they got some parasite or some virus or something, and they were, like, really sick. And then, like, it spread to, like, 4 or 5 other people, and they had to, like, shut the store down and clean it. It was, like, the second or third store within, the past year or so that's happened to. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think the story goes behind it is that one of the employees was sick and was handling the food still, and a lot of people got sick, and they actually lost a shit ton of money on that store.
I mean, they've probably lost so much money in general just from the past 3 or 4 years, because didn't they have that whole E. coli thing going on a couple years ago?
Yeah, but they got their people back by offering a free taco, or no, a free burrito. Like, if you went there, because they were like, oh, sorry for giving you E. coli, but here's a free burrito.
Yeah,
if you
eat
come
this.
back."
Eat this. Maybe you'll get it, but I mean, it's free. So why would you say no?
50% chance to get E. coli. You could be your luck.
Yeah.
But so yeah, going back to you, what was your worst travel experience?
I would have to say all my travel experience have been amazing. I've traveled to different countries. I've went through the States a couple of times. But literally the worst thing is the airport.
Yeah.
Like, have you? I don't know, but I've been in like on standby to get a ticket. Like I've actually waited 8 hours to get a ticket because we just needed to travel that certain day, and it was just all packed. So we were just waiting for someone to miss their flight and jump in.
Damn, that sucks. 8 hours, man. See, one thing about the airport, though, is that, okay, yeah, you have, like, the overpriced foods, you have the stupid gift shops, and the one good thing is that you do have the free Wi-Fi and, like, you know, charger spots to, like, plug, like, your laptop, phone, or whatever, but they should really, like, you know, try to make the airport more, you know, not boring. They just released a study, actually, and it was like the top 10 worst airports. 1, 2, and 3 was LaGuardia, JFK, and Newark. So that's all like, you know, the airports
right.
in the tri-state area.
But I mean, look at all the congestion they have, though. I mean, I can understand why it would suck.
But when's the last time you been to LaGuardia? I was just there.
LaGuardia? Yeah. I was there, actually flying a couple years ago. But I've been there a few times, you know, picking people up or just to, you know, help somebody get to the gate to go inside.
Yeah, but have you ever been, like, inside past the point where you go through, like, the check-in?
No, it's been a couple years since I've actually been there.
LaGuardia is, like, such a shithole to me for some reason, man. I don't like it. It's very, like, I don't know the word for it, but they should have, like, you know, some places, like, the one in Orlando is really nice because, like, they had, like, an Outback, like, actual, like, a steakhouse, and they had, like, a bunch of shit for you to do. New York, like, they don't have any of that. It's basically just, like, a library.
What time did you go there, though?
My first flight was at 8:44.
Oh, that's why. You gotta go early. If you go to LaGuardia at like 6 in the morning, it takes you 10 minutes to get to your gate.
No, I won't complain too much about the process of it because it really wasn't that long. Orlando is just pretty much 1, 2, 3. But it's just, I don't know. I know the airport, you're just meant to just travel there. It's like, you know, it's like taking the bus or taking the train. It's like, you know, there's nothing supposed to be anything special about it. But, you know, you have those delays and stuff like that. I wish there was like a better way to accommodate, like, you know, the passengers, because technically you are customers to them. Where if you ever realize now, if you take a bus and, like, instead of the word passengers, they call you customers, where it's just like, oh, please make room for the customer instead of the passengers. I've noticed that, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, I haven't really paid attention to it. Then again, usually if I go on public transportation, I have headphones or something, cause I try to drown out everybody there, because I just don't like dealing with people when I travel.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't like dealing with anybody. Especially in New York, because everybody in New York are douchebags. Like, you go outside of New York, everybody's so nice, like, hey, how you doing, whatever. It's like you in New York, you go up to somebody, hey, it's like, oh, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what did I do? Like, I'm just saying hello.
You know, like other places where, like, you cross the street, you know, people will stop for you. You go to cross the street in New York and you have the guy yelling out the window, like, are you tired of living? Where it's just like, oh, hold on.
And it kind of puts everything into a new perspective when you got everybody screaming at you, you know, all these negative comments.
Yeah. If anyone, by the way, recording this podcast, I'm actually having a beer, but it's a very special beer. It's a Game of Thrones beer called Bend the Knee. Highly recommend it. It's 9%. It comes in a pretty decent sized bottle. Check it out. I'm enjoying this beer. It's pretty strong too.
I bet Jon Snow doesn't drink that.
Jon Snow knows nothing. So he knows nothing about beer.
He also doesn't bend the knee.
He does not bend the knee, which is very true. Last week's episode, he said, fuck you, Daenerys. I'm not here to, you know, pledge my allegiance to your house. I'm here to just take your dragon glass, and that's it.
Yeah, actually, that's, it's kind of funny that we brought that up, because I know, you know, me and you talked about it, so I think we should announce it now. We've, you know...
We're getting married. Yep, me and Lance finally said, screw it, the people should know. This whole girlfriend thing from earlier is a lie. It's me and Lance, baby.
Yeah, I apologize. Now, what we're doing is for the Game of Thrones, with every episode, we're going to be doing a little recap after it. Probably either the next day or maybe even that night. We haven't really figured that out, but we will be doing that, so that should be a nice little thing.
That's definitely something I'm excited for. The show is, it's so popular as it is right now, where, have like an instant take review the episode. The show is so popular and the fans are so invested in it. So, we have a good crew of people watching the show. So it's definitely something to check out. It's good, it's entertaining, and it's Game of Thrones. You can't get enough of it.
Yeah, and anybody that watches it's gonna see probably a lot of new faces.
Yeah, definitely new voices.
Yeah, and maybe faces too. Who knows? Like I said, everything's still being worked together at this point.
Yeah, definitely. And it just sucks. There's only 4 more episodes left of the damn season.
Oh, wow, yeah. I didn't realize it's 3.
The last day of August, I believe it is, or like the second to last day. It's the last episode of the season.
I can't believe that they put it down to 7, though.
I thought they were actually making 1.5-hour episodes.
That's what they said, but everyone I looked at was an hour. I think there was only one that was like an hour and 15.
There's 2 of them where it's like 77 minutes and then 70, so it's really not that far off. This Sunday's
but the first 15 minutes is the intro.
Well, they don't count that part, I believe. I think
they do.
That sucks, yeah. Because
if you record it, if you DVR it, it says the same thing. It's like 77 or like 73 minutes, whatever.
Yeah, they usually
spend that counts the intro.
Yeah, they spend a minute recapping just to get you up to speed. Then they have like the 1.5-minute intro, which I don't mind.
That's more than a minute and a half.
No, but I don't mind that, man, because whenever I hear that song, it gets me hyped for the show.
I mean, it's not that I don't have a problem with it. It's just I feel like after 7 seasons, like if you look at any show, they always simplify the intro to a short, like a sting, to where so it's like they go right into the show because everybody knows what it is at that point. If you haven't, then you're way too far behind.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with you with the opening. So in general, Game of Thrones is such a vast world. Till this day, I haven't even let my girlfriend skip the intro.
Yeah, you don't. That's the first rule of watching Game of Thrones. You do not skip that intro.
And then we just we try to memorize the map, and every season there's a new place. Like I think the most interesting one I saw was when they brought Bravos into the map.
Yeah,
and I was just like, wow. Like I feel like it's for the hardcore people that really pay attention. They want to know where everything is compared to
the maps,
Castle Rocks and everything.
Yeah, see, with the intro though, I like about it because every intro is different because they show you like the worlds, like not the worlds, but like the places that people are in. So like they took away some of the stuff from last season. They introduced a lot of new ones, and then
they took. I thought it was all the same. I didn't notice any differences.
The spot that Daenerys just sailed from, like that's no longer there. They only show like the places where the characters are right now. Like King's Landing.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, I don't think they showed. I think last episode they didn't even show the wall because. No one was there. Like people are there, but I'm saying.
Well, no, the wall originally. It was weird, and I'm surprised we're talking this much into it. But the fact that Bran, he was just at the wall, and all of a sudden he's back at
Yeah,
at Winterfell.
I kind of wish we saw the journey a little bit, and like Bran returning. Not to get too much into it, but him returning was kind of lackluster.
That, and I mean, I kind of feel bad for that girl who was dragging him around the whole time.
She should be rewarded, and dude, they should give her part of Winterfell. They should make her an honorary Stark. They should give her a shit ton of gold, and she would never have to lift a finger in her life. Because that poor girl, once spoiler, sorry, but once Hodor left, she was one who carried his ass. You know how many miles that poor girl had to carry this legless.
I feel like it's unrealistic the way they portray her. She should be like jacked up, like looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
We have not seen her arms yet. Let's see. Let's judge once we see her arms.
Like I bet like her traps are just insane. Like she could probably crush me with her bicep.
Oh yeah.
I think the scariest thing is when he was talking to Sansa. Did you see how big he was?
Yeah.
He's like 6 foot now. Like he started as like a 5
Wait,
foot
who?
kid.
Bran?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't really see him stand though.
Yeah, you see him just kind of.
Yeah.
Like, he looks huge.
Well, I mean, it's been 7 years. I think when he started the show, had been no older than 8, 9 maybe.
I'm just saying, she's dragging a 6'4" grown man.
And let me just
That's
put on
dead
record,
weight too.
Yeah, that Bran, he's not the best looking star. Put it that way. He didn't get the looks, so I think that went to Rob mostly.
Everyone can't be like Ned.
Yeah.
Well, you know, because everybody was like Ned, they'd be missing all their heads.
Yeah, walk around headless. Spoiler.
Hey, if you haven't watched that already, then there's a problem. 'Cause that's the first season.
Yeah, it's the first season. So.
But so yeah, I don't. Going back to you, I don't think you mentioned a travel experience.
Well, yeah, he did. He just said he didn't have any issues besides the airport.
Just the airport. Me waiting there for 8 hours. If I do have an issue, it would just be of like JFK Airport. Just like So I went in there and I was hungry, because, of course, you're just gonna apparently get hungry at the airport. So I went there. I went to go get some food, and there's these like 6-7 little stores trying to just sell you things. And then in the other side, there's just this one restaurant, and they have a menu out there. And I look, and they're selling a bagel and egg sandwich for $14.
Whoa!
Ooh, a bagel and where's the cheese?
No, just bagel and egg. And the worst part of it is they're saying authentic Brooklyn egg bagel sandwich, and I'm just like, you could get that in the bodega for like $2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not even probably $1.
That is not authentic. If you're ever traveling and pay that much money, you're getting ripped off. Welcome to New York.
That's an authentic robbery.
Yeah, even when coming in Orlando, I was like really hungry. Granted, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, but I wanted something, and they had some food places. So I was like, Nathan's was open, so I was gonna grab a hot dog. I said, screw it, $7 for a hot dog. Forget it. I'm not at Yankee Stadium. I'm not paying that much money. I don't give a shit. Even Universal, for a foot-long hot dog, it was $14. Like,
well, I mean, that's an amusement park. I can understand.
Yeah. I'm just saying though. But $7 for one hot dog at an airport though, like.
Yeah, that's.
I guess they could jack it up though. I mean,
we know what they look at it where it's like. Think about it. If you go past security and all that, that's where all the food is.
Yeah, well, they have like a little bit of stuff there, but then like the real food places are past security.
Yeah. Well, because any of the food places before, you can't bring the food in.
That's
their whole their catch. But think about it, if you go inside and all the stores are in there past the security, then it's like, okay, you either pay their overpriced, food, for the food, or you leave, go out, and then have to re-go through security again.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, so, they kind of put you in that pressure point, so it's like, do you really want this food?
Yeah.
Do you really want it? And, it's kind of, obviously anybody at that point, they're going to be like, dude, I just want to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you this, I didn't spend $14 on an authentic Brooklyn egg.
Oh, you didn't spend $14 on authentic Brooklyn egg?
Apparently, I went to this little Italian place in JFK, because they have a lot of these no-name places.
Yeah.
And they just give you this weird, like, dough with, like, stuffed meat, cheese, and vegetable. And you're just like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You don't question it. It's like $3. I'm like, all right. I'd rather pay that than $14 and still be hungry.
Sounds reasonable. It's funny, like, I'm trying to think, like, the worst travel experience I've had. And, like, I could think of a few, but I remember, like, the one that sticks out of my mind, like, the biggest is, I don't remember if I was going upstate or if I was going to Pennsylvania, but I remember it was a car trip, and it was probably about 2-3 hours. So we're driving, we're going, and it was like, yeah, we're going on vacation, we're going to hang out with family, we're going to do this and that. So I was like, okay, whatever, go. Yeah, so much of a vacation, it was pretty much working the whole time. Like, we set up, like, plywood, like, we did a whole ceiling and stuff like that. We did the electric for the house. We did so many things that it was just like, yo, man, this ain't a vacation.
Yeah.
Like, I became a day laborer out of nowhere. Like,
what do you guys think is, like, better for traveling though? Like road trips or taking the plane?
It depends on the destination.
Yeah, it depends on how far.
All right, so what would you guys rather do? Do an 8-hour flight or a 6-hour road trip?
See, that's still hard because you have to be the locations of where I'm going.
All right, so I'll put it this way: take a flight to Europe or take the drive down to Florida.
Oh, Europe! I'm just a big. I love Europe. Yeah. I haven't been there.
Well, I'm not saying the destination, but the ride.
I would still do that.
I'm just
that's
saying
what, like
12.
Well, that's shorter, so I would take that.
What?
The trip to Europe. That's what, 12 hours, 6 hours, something like that.
Yeah, I think the
depending
road
on where you go,
it was like 18 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
well, at least you get to
long.
stop, do whatever you want on the way there too. But I guess if you just want to get there, you take the plane.
Well, I mean, with the car ride to Florida, that you also all the pit stops. You need to have people, in the car ready to drive and stuff. There's so many, like the thing about that trip. Like, if it was one person going all the way down to Florida, that's
no
just
way,
brutal.
yeah.
That's so brutal. Like, I wouldn't want to do it.
Too much driving.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, okay. So, what would you guys rather do then? Take the road trip down to Florida by yourself, or take a flight to Australia by yourself?
I'll take the flight to Australia.
You know how long that is, man?
I'll take a trip to Australia. I just feel like if I have the idea to be dedicated enough to drive to Florida, I can do that whenever I want. I'm not taking an airplane to somewhere exotic all the time.
I know. Okay, so I'll put it this way: so you'll take the flight down to Australia, but you get off the plane and then you get on the flight right back to New York.
Fuck that! I'll just stay home.
Nah,
I guess we're driving.
yeah,
then.
yeah. Okay, but you go to Florida, you only can stay there for 4 hours.
I'm still fucking staying home. I ain't going anywhere. I'll just turn on my PS4 and watch some Netflix.
Okay.
But honestly, Australia, I feel like it'd be a cool place to go travel. I feel like it'd be really hot, but like the one downfall is that when you leave the airport, besides like other people, everything's trying to kill you. Literally, everything's trying to kill you.
The koalas, the kangaroos.
Yeah, the snakes.
The wallabies.
If I'm correct, I think they have scorpions down there too. They have
Probably they have everything. Anything that can kill you, they have.
Yeah, anything that terrifies you is probably in Australia. Even Jared Fogle.
So where'd you guys rather go? One of my dream places I want to check out is like Ireland or Japan. Would you guys rather go to Ireland or Australia?
That's a tough one right there.
I'd probably say Ireland only because
me too.
I've heard a lot of great stories about Ireland. I think I only know one person that went to Australia. Actually, they lived in Australia.
Who?
What was her name? The one who came to the exchange student.
Oh, yeah, Australian girl. That's what
Yeah.
we called her. Australian girl.
Like,
We're not clever with nicknames if we're calling you Australian girl.
Yeah. That creativity.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would probably say go to Ireland only because I feel, one, it's a quicker flight. Two, I feel like there's more to do there. And three, I don't have to worry about being killed every 2 miles.
Yeah, besides, Loch Ness Monster, Scotland, but... Yeah, Ireland has all those castles, man. It has, the open fields. Looks really nice. And then if you want to get drunk, there's, a bar everywhere.
Well, I'd love to, if I went to Ireland, I would hope that, I run into McGregor and I'd give him, I'd flip him off.
Yeah, and then he'd go, who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
The guy that just flipped you off.
Yeah, then he throws hands with you.
That's fine. I'll just, I'll collect the paycheck.
That's true.
But, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to when we break down that fight. But,
Yeah.
That's a different episode, different podcast.
Different podcast, different day.
Same channel, though.
Yep.
But, so, actually, I know you asked a question. About where would you guys rather, if you had to choose somewhere to go, where would you go on vacation?
That's just too many places, to be honest.
If you had to choose one, though.
Yeah, if you only
someone's
had,
paying. Someone's like, hey, dude, I'll give you a plane ticket, round trip. You can stay at whatever hotel you want to stay at. I'll pay for everything. You don't have to worry about anything. What's that one place it would be?
Oh, if it's all expense paid.
All expense paid.
Dubai, which is a weird location, all right? But if it's all expense paid, I'm thinking I'm going on first class. I'm gonna have my car. There's all these. It's actually a pretty developed city now. There's a lot of things to do. And even if you go to the next town over, because they do have certain rules, it doesn't apply on the next town over. So if you can't gamble there, you can gamble somewhere else. So there's a lot of things to do over there.
I will say about Dubai, though, I mean, it probably would get you some ladies, because imagine going up to them, like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm getting ready for my trip to Dubai. Oh, what are you doing in Dubai? Oh, business trip. It's like, what? This guy's loaded.
See, Dubai seemed like a cool place, but I wouldn't want to drive there, because from what I read...
You can't drive there.
You have to pay.
Yeah, that's a plane, dude.
No. I mean, when you get there and driving around the city itself... Supposedly, the traffic laws and stuff there, if you're an outsider there, don't do it.
Yeah.
Supposedly, it's very, It's not organized.
Well, it's expense paid. Go for the taxi.
God, rent a Lambo, dude. No one's gonna mess with you in a Lambo.
Fuck that. Get a helicopter. Just fly around.
Yeah.
Why sit in traffic if you should look at it and go wherever you want to go?
All right, Lance. What about you?
Me, if I had to go anywhere, oh god, see.
Don't say New Jersey.
No, fuck New Jersey. The only thing good about New Jersey is the Giants. And that's only because the stadiums are.
Six Flags is pretty cool too.
Hit or miss. I'd rather go to Ohio. They have this amusement park up there. It's called Cedar Park Amusement Park. And they're known for, like, they have the most roller coasters in one amusement park in the Northeast coast. Yeah, it's crazy.
So is your answer Ohio?
Hell no. I'd probably go to, I don't know. For some reason, I'd want to go to Norway or, like, Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweden.
Because everybody just looks like they're so happy there. It's, it's cold. I don't know. I feel like it would be a good place to go to.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be a nice little getaway.
Yeah. So talking about vacations, the helicopter actually brought something back. So So you were saying if we had if you would have a vacation that was all expense paid.
Yes.
Which I actually realized I had one.
Oh really?
So it was out of the state. So, the airport was awful, but after the airport, it was just perfect. So you get out of the airport, and you get into a limo.
Wait, where'd you go?
I went to Dominican Republic.
Okay, DR.
So, and from a limo to a helicopter, and the helicopter to the resort.
Shit.
And then, literally, we had butlers. We had people take care of us. Literally, we had an entire house with a pool, and the house had a pool house. So literally, there was 2 houses that you can just relax and stay in.
Yeah.
And honestly, from the most delicious restaurants where you would have to get reservations for, we would just walk in because for some reason we had these VIP bands that just gave us super access to everything.
How'd you get that? How'd you get the trip paid for?
A friend of a friend.
Okay.
They just had, so they're part of this timeshare kind of.
Okay.
But they actually own the property in the resort. So they literally had all these things free, which was the special bands, where you have to be like an executive or something. So he just like, oh, use it, and we went.
Shit, nice.
I was just lucky, I guess.
I don't know. I was always told to get a free paid vacation, you only need 2 things: a smile and some knee pads.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes without the knee pads, some people are cruel.
Gotta take one for the team.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like you said, you took a helicopter ride to get to a resort.
Yeah. So from the airport, they had a helipad that you had to drive in a car to get to, which was like 5 minutes because it was still in the airport, and then to the resort.
Oh wow! I don't know. There's something about being in a helicopter that I just would have me very on edge, because like I have a fear of heights, so I'd be sitting there. Like I'd have to be like Xanaxed out to be in a helicopter.
Shit, Jesus.
Or I'd have to be like borderline like passed out, because if I look down and I see like the thing is like they're like very like there's a lot of turbulence with helicopters, especially when they turn and stuff, they're very shaky.
Yeah, it's not a smooth ride.
Like, I wouldn't be comfortable in one if I didn't have a parachute on. Or, like, some type of parachute. Because, like...
I can see Lance with a parachute, some floaties, and emergency vodka.
Floaties. I'd sink. And the floaties would go right off my arms.
Well, the one thing I could say about the helicopter ride, though, is... Honestly, it was either go into a bus and... takes literally 30 minutes to get there, or a 10-minute helicopter ride.
That's not bad.
A 10-minute helicopter ride is a lot better. You don't even feel anything if it's just 10 minutes. It's a quick in and out.
Well, I think part of the reason why I wouldn't want to be in that helicopter is because, like, with my luck, I'd be in a helicopter like some dude where it's like his first day ever flying professionally. And, like, he would tell me, like, his first time, and I feel like he would tell me, like, oh, how nervous he is and how he doesn't trust himself.
Yeah, he'd be one of those guys.
And, like, by the time I'd want to leave, we're already, like, 100 feet up. It's just like, fuck, I really don't want to do this. Would you guys ever go parachuting?
Absolutely not.
Or skydiving?
I am completely Maybe if I was younger, even though I'm only 25 years old right now, but there's no way I would do skydiving, bungee jumping, any of that extreme shit. There's no way I'll do it.
I wouldn't do bungee jumping. I forgot who I was telling. I probably told a couple people this, but the only way I'd go skydiving is if there comes a day where I get married, like on paper married. I would make like all the groomsmen be like, yo, if you want to be a groomsman, we going fucking skydiving.
Well, that's one wedding I'm not going to.
He's like, yo, man, you got to earn your spot.
Yeah, I'll send you a gift, but I don't know if I'll be at the wedding itself.
It's all good. I got some cosberries for you. And you wake up on the plane with a parachute. Just, yo, where am I? And just shove you right off the plane.
Well, if I'm still dazed and confused, I'll be happy because then I'll definitely.
Like you just wake up in your mid skydive, just looking at
Damn, that would suck.
That would be weird. Like, imagine just waking up and being in the middle of the sky, just chilling there.
Hell no.
That would
No
be
way.
like, I feel like you'll just go unconscious from the shock.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd probably wake up, be like, oh shit, and just go out again.
You see, it sucks because like I was really into that kind of stuff, when I was like in my teens and even like I'm still in my early 20s, but even when I was like 20, 21, 22, 23, that kind of stuff never bothered me. But then like, as you get older, you're just like, you know what, life is pretty fragile. I don't think I'll take that risk. I know it's like, not that many accidents happen, but just the fact that they still do. I know you can say that with everything in everyday life, but I'd rather not say I died by jumping out of a plane because then they'd be like, the idiot, you should have never did it.
Yeah, but at least, God forbid it does happen. It's just like, at least I feel like that's a good way to go. You're not going to feel anything. It's just.
Well, you'll feel something once you hit the ground, but it's going to be short and sweet.
But I mean, it would happen so quick. By the time the initial touch, you'd probably be a pancake on the floor.
Yeah, oh man, you'd be fucking done. That would suck so bad. And it would suck too. Imagine if you hit the ground and you splat, but you're still alive and every bone in your body is broken. Like,
oh
you see,
god, there was
your
a dude that
brain's
actually
still
happened to. I think Bill Burr actually talks about it on one of his stand-ups where there's this guy who was terminally ill and he was like, okay, I don't, I want to go out on my own terms. I'm not going to let this illness, take that away from me. So he goes skydiving and Bill Burr tells this story, perfectly. But pretty much what happens is he gets in the plane and he goes up and the guy's giving him the tour of the city, whatever. And he just unbuckles his seatbelt and just jumps out of this helicopter with no parachute.
Shit.
Just jumps. But here's the thing. He lived.
What?
Because he hit the water, and the way he hit the water, he got really fucked up. He was hurt. He definitely felt it. But he lived. I think he passed away in the hospital 3 days later.
Damn.
But it's just exactly that you're trying to let this take all your pain away, and then life just gives you that final fuck you.
Exactly. You're coming out on my terms, not yours.
Just nah, man. You got a 3-day waiting period before you can get here. But on that note, I think that wraps up this podcast.
What? Already?
Yeah, we've actually been doing this for almost 45 minutes already.
God damn. See what happens when you're having a good conversation? Time flies.
Yeah, I mean, I hope, our subscribers and whoever views this enjoys it as much as we did.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But on that note, I think it wraps up this episode. Like I said in the previous ones, check out our other videos. We got some good sketches, good other podcasts. We got the sports episode last week. Subscribe to us. Check us out on Instagram, on Twitter, Facebook. All the links will be in the description. And, just pay attention when we release new stuff. And definitely subscribe. We need the subscribers.
Yeah, and if you listen
Please.
to it this far,
I'll
just
break out the
know-
knee pads if you subscribe.
Yeah, just know that I appreciate it. I love you.
But on that note, I'm Lance.
I'm Alex.
I'm Kevin.
And this is That Fresh Ass Podcast. Thanks for listening.
Woo!